steered clearance by Ryan Porteous to feed Loser. And he looks to release Keinan Davis on the left-hand edge of the penalty area. Loser has followed his pass into the box. Davis going on the outside, shoots and scores! Keinan Davis finds the back of the net for the first time since October. And he enjoys that one against the Blue Noses.
Should Jamaica exercise interest in recruiting a Keinan Davis before World Cup 2026? Join Premier 7 right now for the big chat. Effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. This is a special quote written by Napoleon Hill, as it links directly to the ongoing effort executed by a Keinan Davis throughout his club career, and by way of that, he deserves to hit the highest level of football. That is, to play for a country at the FIFA World Cup. Welcome on board to Premier 7 again, everyone, with your host, Ryan Nelson. I hope that today is a day of blessing for you, as I am here to speak directly on the topic of importance surrounding why Keinan Davis would be the ideal striker for the Jamaica men's national team. Of course, people, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. As you can see above, I have 1,754 subscribers. It was my aim to reach the landmark of 1,800 before the month closed. If you can even get me closer to that landmark, I would really appreciate it. Then again, if you are not a new subscriber, then you know what to do. From the topic that you're seeing on screen, I will be speaking about the player profile and scouting report. Of course, how would he fit into Jamaica's system, and why would he be a perfect option? Now, speaking of such, just to say, the Jamaica men's national team has been searching for a reliable striker to lead the line. And we can understand that over the years, we do obtain good strikers, but struggles for consistency to convert goals, right? And it has been a massive, massive challenge. But looking on how Keinan Davis performs, how we let himself be known in terms of his presence on the pitch, leading the front line, I think he would be a very good ideal striker for the national team. In that case, I just want to speak about the basic details of a Keinan Davis. Currently 27 years old. He was born on the 13th of February 1998, and he was born in England. He currently stands at 6'3", so that is 1.91 meters. And of course, his main position is that of being a striker. This guy have a lot of experience, having played for Aston Villa between the period of 2017 to 2023, 73 appearances, 3 goals, went on a few loan spells to Nottingham Forest and Watford, but currently from 2023 beyond into this time, 21 appearances for Udinese, scoring 3 goals. And of course, to note, he played for England at the under 20 level in 2017 to 2018, 3 appearances and 2 goals. Now, I can understand that is the basic details for a Keinan Davis, but it proves to me then that this guy have a lot of experience with not only teams in England but also in Italy. So he plays in the top 5 leagues in football, and it shows then that even though he may not be, to say, getting the most out of things in terms of goals, he have the experience, he's used to the crowd, he's used to playing football at the level where many persons aren't even close to. So let me just highlight the positions that he can play, even though Keinan Davis is known to be a striker. If you really look on his profile, you may not be seeing that he's getting enough time to start games in full length for a Udinese, but so far 17 goals, well, 17 assists, my apologies, 2 goals, 1 assist. And in that case, 21% starting 11, 27% in terms of minutes, 9% goal participation. So he can play as a main striker and also as a secondary striker. Am I saying then that I would love to bring in this player to replace a Mikel Antonio or to replace a Shemar Nicholson? I would not say that, but based on the details that I have heard today, Bailey Kadamaji is looking like a U-turn to come back to Jamaica. And knowing that Jamaica struggles to score a goal, I think then that to think about a Kadamaji right now, Jamaica should make the effort to get in a Keinan Davis, who is a provable striker who can do a better job than what Kadamaji could come in and do right away. Now, I believe then that, as I've expressed earlier, out that even though Keenan Davis may not be wrapping up all of those goals, sometimes you just have to look on the presence of the player and look into what he can do by way of helping others to perform, by helping others to perform. What I mean by that is that he looks like a player who is very much confident. He looks like a player who can boost his teammates. He looks like a player who you can rely on to score goals in big moments. And if you really reflect on his Serie A career so far, not getting enough game times so far, but whenever he's given the chance, he is an impactful player. Now, looking on this from the report, scouting report that is, you can see then that this guy is compared to a Marcus Thuram, big striker for France. Also is compared to a Jonathan David from Canada. When I look on this guy, I think he's a Canadian. Just looking at him, he looks like a Canadian. So he looks like he's from the CONCACAF region. And oh my God, he's even compared to a Julian Alvarez from Argentina. Joshua Zirkzee as well. So there are some big names that I'm seeing reflecting here that this guy is comparable to. So looking on his scouting report here, he's very good in the air. 76 percentile, he fits right there. Um, but where he stands out the most is successful take on. And if you look on the first part of the video when I'm showing an intro for this guy, Mr. Davis, it shows that he is very good in terms of taking on players one on one. 90% tally fits right there. Passing completion, 89% tally. Progressive carrier, progressive passer, he's in the green bar at that place as well based in his career. So he's a player who has been developed more than just who we have right now in the national team. And I'm not saying that I would love for him to come in to replace anybody, but it will give us that depth that Jamaica need. And then again, if we should get in a Mason Greenwood, then we can put Mason Greenwood at that point then to compete on the right with a Leon Bailey and sometimes play from the left hand side. So I am seeing details about this player that I am very much impressed with. And I think that you listening to this, it is something that it is not fake because the details doesn't lie. And this guy is of Jamaican descent. So he's eligible to play for the Jamaica men's national team. So something that I want to put forward here is that how would he fit into the Jamaica system? Now we know that Jamaica plays a 4-2-3-1 formation at times, sometimes a 4-4-2. And talking about Davis can play as a lone striker. Remember that he's very good with one-on-one. So if he is that man who is given that ball within the box, who should take on a defender based on his physical presence, based on his power, based on his strength, then he can somewhat cause a disruption. He's not a right foot striker, so we would have somebody who can use the left foot as an option in the striking department because Jamaica is more so filled with players who play with a right foot who leads the front line. So I mean, with him in the team, let's say one of those the coach Steve McLaren goes for what I was talking about, using a lone striker, and that would be like a 4-3-3 formation as well. Then he can be a player to hold a play while Bailey and Gray makes run behind him. So he's a player who can then create space for his teammates to score goals. So he's contributing in terms of the team chemistry, and also he can pressure defenders to create space for his teammate. So it shows then that this guy is not only someone who you can say is going to be a striker who waits on the ball, but he creates opportunity. And looking at him as well, he reminds me of a Romelu Lukaku as well from Belgium. So apart from the lone striker, let's place him in a front two. So him being a left footer, Antonio being a right footer, or let's say a Shamar Nicholson or a Warner Brown, it will be a perfect duo because he can partner with either of these players and he will be the opposite in terms of the foot that he uses. And I think it will allow him and Antonio to be two strikers that would give nightmares to defenders because Antonio is very strong. And imagine Antonio pressuring a defender as well as a Keinan Davis. Oh my God, that would be something that I think would be something executed properly as a trick or as a tactical genius idea from a Steve McLaren. But it all boils down to if they go ahead and get in a player like a Keinan Davis. Because for me, I am not here just to talk the good things. I am talking what I know and I'm talking based on what I have researched. So if you believe that this player could be a good striker for Jamaica, he's 27, please go ahead and smash a like on the video because this is something that the JFF needs to look into, and this is something that Jamaica should also stress because we want for somebody to come into the national team and make our team a dangerous team to come up against. When we bring in players like this now, opposition teams like the USA, the Mexicos, the Canada, the Panama, the Costa Rica would then say, well, if Jamaica have two powerful strikers like a Michael Antonio and a Keinan Davis who are very much experienced, then you know what will happen. So why is he perfect for Jamaica? Why? I spoke a little bit about him being strong, and that is something that points out here because he's a target man, and with his strength, he can make it difficult for defenders, a nightmare. So Jamaica struggles against physical teams, but with his presence as a striker, then most of the ball can be directly played to him. And remember, he's not bad in terms of his ball control, with his run, with his body possession. So he will contribute to Jamaica being more effective in the final third. I exercised the details before about him being a link-up player, having that understanding and that presence in the middle of the pitch, letting players like a Leon Bailey or a Demara Gray getting that chance to run ahead of him. So he can play from the left, he can play from the right, but he's mainly a central target that you will feed the ball to, and he will be that controller who will drop a little bit deep, giving that option to the midfield, letting it become midfield four, then a midfield three, and then he will allow for Bailey and Demara Gray to unleash their presence. So the thing is about this guy is that he's very good in the air as well. So we can expect then if we recruit him, he will be that man who will score goals more so with his head. So him in the box, Pinnock in the box, Damian Lowe in the box, he had that strength, that height that Jamaica would want to score and even to clear away opposition teams from getting that chance to score or to, for Jamaica team to concede a goal. So it is absolutely a very good look if Jamaica should look into this type of player. And having him in the CONCACAF region from early, it will help him then to become adjusted and accustomed to the CONCACAF playing style. Something that Jamaica would have to work on because we need to redefine or to define what our strengths is and to try to let our strength outdo our weaknesses. So if we have an ideal striker, for which I hear many Jamaican fans talk about that Jamaica needs a center or a central striker who we can rely on to score goals. And I think this guy in a Keinan Davis would be a brilliant option that will take Jamaica to the next level. We will get more than just 4 years out of him because He's 26, 27 thereabouts. So you can get at least say 6, 7 years out of him. And seeing the direction that Jamaica wants to go, him being English, he would understand what Coach McLaren is asking or requesting, because it doesn't seem like the player who will come in to say, may have to start. But he will try his best to accomplish the necessary objectives of the national team and make the team what it should be, that is working as one and going forward. So let me just conclude to say then that, of course, what do you think about this guy in a Keinan Davis? Yes, he plays for Udinese, currently 10th in the Serie A, so their mid-table team. They're performing at a level that I would say is expected, or it even could be more, but they are not playing bad in terms of scoring goals. And Keinan Davis maybe not being the man to start all games. Whenever he's given that chance, he's a man that will let his presence be known. So Keinan Davis has the quality that Jamaica needs. I mean, the physical presence, the link up play, the abilities to take Jamaica to the next level, because he have that experience from top leagues, the English Premier League, also the Serie A, and if not the top five league, he used to play in the England Championship as well. A lot of games underneath his belt. He travels to different places. He gets his loan spell. He's very much experienced at the age of 26, 27. So, what do you think? Should Jamaica push for a Keinan Davis to join the squad? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and of course, Premier 7 will be on board to respond. And of course, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more contents on the Jamaica men's national team.